Okay. Hi there. Welcome to PBA 405 Policy Analysis, where policy comes alive. We're having a very exciting start to the week this week with a very interesting week ahead of us. And Dixie and Emmy are already very excited and very primed to see you guys. They have been waiting all week long to see you, and they wanted to say hi. They want to say hi? Okay, say hi, guys. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hope y'all have a great week this week. We can't wait to see you again next week. Okay. All right. All right. Y'all have fun. See you later. All right. So anyway, we are getting into a very exciting week this week. Hope that everybody finds it interesting. We're going to be laying some foundations this week of understanding of important economic concepts. I'm going to just give a brief outline of a couple of them that are pretty key for policy analysis. The first one is called Pareto efficiency. Basically, what Pareto efficiency is an efficient allocation of resources, where no one person gains anything without another person losing something. Okay, so basically what happens in Pareto efficiency, you have a maximum allocation of resources. All of your resources have been given out, and everybody is satisfied, happy, and has what they need. I'm going to use a very simple example of this to start. If Dixie and Emmy are sitting there, and one really likes bones, and the other one likes a tennis ball. Okay, Dixie likes bones, Emmy likes a tennis ball. If you have one bone and you have one tennis ball, then if Dixie gets the bone and Emmy gets the tennis ball, you have created an efficient allocation of resources. You've maximized the allocation of your resources. You've given away the tennis ball and the bone. And Dixie's happy because she got the bone, and Emmy's happy because she got the tennis ball. You've maximized the allocation of your resources, and both are happy. Neither one wanted what the other one was getting, so you weren't taking away anything by giving those things to them. So you've created, efficiency and throughout of your allocation of your resources, and that's Pareto efficiency. Here's another example, maybe a little bit more sophisticated, but let's look at the healthcare industry today. Okay, so if we have healthcare recipients that are under still currently what was called Obamacare, although Trump got rid of the insurance mandate, and the Republicans in the Senate. So very still under Obamacare, but just got rid of the insurance mandate. People don't have to have insurance anymore. They're not going to be penalized on their taxes. So basically, what Obamacare did was required people to have health insurance, but it created basically at the cost of other people creating these people. It basically created an insurance marketplace that created low-cost insurance for a select group of people who enrolled for Obamacare. Okay, but at the same time, it created a higher cost of insurance for people who were private payer insurance and not participating in public insurance. So basically, what happened was that you had a select group of people who are winning by obtaining low-cost health insurance, and you have another group of people who are losing because their cost of health insurance rose. Okay, so in that case, it's not Pareto efficient. You have some people who are getting public health care insurance, and you have some people who are getting very high-cost private health care insurance, and there are winners and there are losers. Everybody's getting something, but one is getting taken away from in order to give healthcare to other group of people. Now, I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying this is good. I'm just saying it is what it is. It's the fact of the matter. It's the reality. Okay, so the other, if we had Pareto efficient healthcare, everybody would have the same cost of insurance and everybody would get the same access to insurance and everybody would have the same level of affordability. Currently, that's not the case. Also, we would have insurers, insurance companies. We would also have physicians. We would have all the medical device makers. People, not people, everybody winning out of the situation. You'd have everybody having an equitable degree of participation and interest in the healthcare world. So, is this realistic? Not really. You're never really going to have a perfect world where everybody's happy and everybody's getting what they want and you have a certain amount of resources that's going to everybody equally so that it's completely efficient. In this case, we're having to pick and choose winners. We're having to decide who is getting what. And so we are and have been in a very interesting policy environment for a long time. Okay, so anyway, that is Pareto efficiency. I also wanted to briefly discuss what is called the tragedy of the commons. And so basically what the tragedy of the commons is where a resource, so a public common good or resource is diminished, made lesser, when everyone has free and equal access to it. And so I'm going to use a very, very, again, simplistic example to start. And so everybody, knows a Super Bowl's coming up. And many of us may go to, a Super Bowl party where they've got bowls of chips, right? And I mean, they've got dips, they've got chips. And man, people are going in there and the game's going on. And sure enough, there's this just free bowl of chips. People are digging in, eating some salsa, eating some queso, eating those chips. And then by halftime, this stuff is just demolished. The chips are all crunched up. There's just a bunch of crumbs. We've got, queso spillover into the salsa. You got salsa spilled everywhere. The whole bunch of it is just all over the place and a lot less than what you started with. So that's the same thing as the tragedy of the commons. If everybody has free and equal access, then that resource is going to get plummeted and pummeled and just eaten up. So to use a little bit more sophisticated example, again, applied in kind of the policy world, think about the rainforests in Brazil. Okay, so that is technically a public good and a public resource because not only in Brazil but the whole world benefits from the oxygen that the Amazon rainforest creates. And so what we have today is basically free access to deforestation down there. People are taking advantage of just tearing down trees left and right. You can see it on the maps if you compare decade over decade the deforestation of the rainforests down there. And so what's happening is that the cattle are grazing it, and then you also have timber interests. You have economically motivated people who are really getting rid of that rainforest. So that's an example where some sort of a privatization of instead of everyone having free and equal access, if there were some sort of a cost barrier or marketization of that resource, if you put a price on in deforestation, then it would help to limit the amount of deforestation and the amount of trees being cut down. Just like if you put a dollar into the jar every time you grab a chip, there would be less people getting chips, and you would have a better distribution of chips, and have better chips to eat as you were at your Super Bowl party. So plus it might be a little bit more profitable and equitable for the people who are putting the party on. So just a few thoughts there. Pareto efficiency, tragedy of the commons, those are things that ding, ding, ding might show up on the exam for the midterm. So anyway, I'm pretty much always available. My cell's 936-205-8236. Feel free to text, call, email, set up a time to visit with me. I'm always up for a good conversation about this stuff. I really do like it. I love policy and think this is really an interesting time for us to be studying this stuff. So, and also to be studying this specifically. So anyway, thanks so much, and y'all have a great day and a great week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.